Taco Bell. With 8,000 locations in the United States and multiple reviews on Google Maps for each of those locations, there are a lot of people with a lot of opinions about Taco Bell. For example, Bruce says this about his Taco Bell experience. I'll be in the bathroom the rest of the night. I feel like I ate X-Lax. Thank you, Bruce. Evidently, Bruce slept on the toilet that night. And no disrespect to Bruce, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. There are some reviews where our reviewers really embody the Taco Bell Live Moss spirit. In fact, if you stick around till the end, there's one review that literally made me spit out the water that I was drinking when I found it. So stick around, I promise it'll be worth it. As I researched for this video, a few key themes came up in reviews. 1. Long wait times. 2. Questionable food quality. And a third category of just the strangest reviews that don't fit into any category that humans could think of. First up, the theme of long waits. Everywhere I looked, there was somebody claiming they waited 45 minutes to an hour to eat Taco Bell. I don't know how that's possible. We all know collectively that it is not worth that amount of effort to eat Taco Bell, but there are thousands of people who have waited that long to eat Taco Bell and who have complained about it on Google Maps. Chris in Midland, Texas, for example, says this: run, literally go anywhere else. Then there's a lot of rambling. This review is longer than basically any novel you've ever read in your entire life, but at the end you find out that he waited over an hour for his food, and then he ends his review with this: run, go buy Cane's or McDonald's that's around the corner. Never order here ever. So here's my conspiracy theory. I think Chris owns a shoe store in the Midland, Texas area. I think there's a reason that he's telling you not to get back in your car, but to physically run from this location to McDonald's or Cane's that's around the corner. You see, if you physically run from this location to the McDonald's or Cane's that's around the corner, he may get your business. Your shoes might break down. And if your shoes break down, you're gonna need a shoe store, and you're gonna need a shoe salesman. And that's where Chris comes in. His shoe stop just down the road. He hasn't been getting the business that he'd like to. And he's taken to some underground marketing tactics, of which this review is one of them. And he's made up this whole story about waiting for an hour for Taco Bell, just so he could tell you to physically run. And I think there's a reason he's telling you to physically run and not get back in your car. You see what I'm saying? Everything is fake, nothing that you believe is real, and your entire life is a lie. Okay, next review. Joshua says this: well, this place is fantastic if you love slow service, terrible customer relations skills, ignorant management, health code violations, and did I mention slow service? I mean, you know some guy out there in his basement actually does love these things, and he's just getting more and more excited as the list goes on. He's like, slow service, terrible customer relations skills, ignorant management, and health code violations. I think I need to go to Taco Bell. Joshua continues his review. Seriously, waited 71 minutes for dessert biscuits. 71 minutes. That's 1 hour and 11 minutes for those who aren't good at math. 71 minutes is indeed 1 hour and 11 minutes. Thank you, Joshua. Then he says this: high school basketball games are completed in less time. Martin Luther King could have delivered his incredible speech over 20 times, and you'd still be waiting on biscuits. Do not go here. It's terrible. Joshua pulls out two very common points of reference for all of us to relate to in his story. And they're 2 points of reference that all of us are familiar with. 1, the length of a high school basketball game. And 2, the length of MLK Jr.'s iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. We all know exactly how long both of those things are, but I'm not really sure how this is relevant, unless these were the 3 ways that Joshua could have spent his afternoon. I just imagine him sitting there thinking to himself, now Joshua, you have 3 options of what to do with the next 1 hour and 11 minutes of your life. 1, you can go to Taco Bell and wait on dessert biscuits. 2, you could go to a high school basketball game. Or 3, you could watch MLK's iconic "I Have a Dream" speech 20 times in a row. I think I'll go to Taco Bell and get biscuits. Another common complaint at Taco Bell is the food quality. Found some truly shocking reviews on Taco Bell's food quality, so let's look at them together. First, Johanna ordered a black bean crunchwrap and a grilled chicken burrito. And we're gonna play a game. It's called Spot the Difference. On one side, I'm gonna show you Taco Bell's corporate marketing image from their website of what this item is supposed to look like. On the other side, I'm gonna show you what Johanna ordered and what came in her bag when she ordered it. And you have to tell me what is the difference between the two images. And you'll recognize they're very subtle differences, so I hope you have a sharp eye. First, the black bean crunch wrap. Can't tell the difference? Me either. I don't know what she's complaining about. They're basically identical. Next up, the grilled chicken burrito. Still can't tell the difference? I know, she's being really nitpicky. If anything, hers looks even better than the one they have advertised. Okay, now let's look at one that's in the same vein, but that's somehow even worse than that. This one's from Emily. And Emily got a Crunchwrap Supreme as her order from Taco Bell. A Crunchwrap Supreme, according to the Taco Bell website, is seasoned beef, nacho cheese sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, and a crunchy tostada shell. And here is what it's supposed to look like. Emily opened her Crunchwrap Supreme and, quote, it only had sour cream. And so hers looked like this. Look, there's missing one ingredient in a customer's order. And then there's the opposite problem where you only put one ingredient in a customer's order. And if you're gonna make one of those mistakes, I would recommend you forget one ingredient instead of only put in one ingredient. All right, now we're gonna move into my favorite category of Taco Bell reviews. Ones that don't fit into any category that a human could try to apply to them. And we're gonna move pretty fast, but these are all so strange and so worth reading, and it is worth hearing your fellow Americans talk about Taco Bell in this way. First up, and folks, I'm just gonna have to, honestly, I'm gonna have to read this word for word off of here because I can't memorize this. Shelby says this: I gave birth 3 months ago, and since then, I've been basically obsessed with ice. I usually order from Sonic through DoorDash, but they were closed on the app by the time I was going to order some. Well, I recently heard that Taco Bell started serving the nugget ice. Well, I called to see if that was true or not, that they sold any. When the guy answered, he sounded like a tired employee, and I get it. She just had a kid, she's tired. When I asked if they sold that type of ice, he said, what? And I repeated my question, and probably him thinking I was stupid, and in the rudest voice, he said, we don't sell ice. This is Taco Bell. I wouldn't have called if y'all weren't Taco Bell. I was meaning to call there. I don't eat Taco Bell every day, so I don't know the menu that well. I didn't know if y'all sold it or not. Now look, I don't have much to say about this review. I just really hope that Shelby found her ice. Chris says this: Mountain Home, Arkansas Taco Bell has the worst staff. My order gets messed up 9 out of 10 visits. Chris, stop going to this Taco Bell. If you've been there enough that you've developed a ratio and you know that out of 10 times, 9 of them, your order is gonna get messed up, you need to stop going there. Let the 356th time be the last time, Chris. Stop giving them chances. Stop going to this Taco Bell. Amy says this: I got a quesadilla that looked like someone sat on it. It was even cut so I could pull it apart. Amy, quesadillas are pressed down to be flat. Your quesadilla came looking like it was supposed to. They also cut that quesadilla for your convenience so you could pull it apart, Amy. Your quesadilla came out exactly how quesadillas are supposed to come out. It came out flat and it came out cut. 2 things that quesadillas should be. And you gave them 1 star. Jackie gives this Taco Bell 5 stars and says this: the best food you could ever ask for. It's super cheap, tastes good, feels you up, and is reliable. Jackie, Taco Bell should not be doing that to you. You need to call the police if this is happening. All right, listen, we've reached the end of the road. You are about to see the apex of Taco Bell reviews, maybe the apex of all of Google Maps. Once you see this, there is no going back. And I have a lot to say after you see it. Dylan says this about the Sutton, West Virginia Taco Bell location. Iconic combination KFC Taco Bell, located beside the holy grounds of the legendary live crucifixion reenactment. 10 out of 10. It is followed by this image as proof. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Evidently, in Sutton, West Virginia, you can go buy a party pack of 20 tacos, walk right outside, and sit and eat your Taco Bell while you watch 3 white guys pretend to slowly die in agony. And they must do this every year because it's in this parking lot, and this parking lot is surrounded by fast food places, and it looks like it just brings all the fast food places together. So you go get your food from Taco Bell, your friend goes to McDonald's, your other friend goes to Subway, you all meet back up in the parking lot, and you watch 3 guys fake die while you eat your respective fast food places. And you don't even have to go get fast food. Some guy brought a charcoal grill. He's grilling hot dogs and flipping burgers while these guys are dying. I mean, nothing says authentic reenactment like 3 crosses, 3 white dudes, and a McDonald's sign in the background. I mean, that's just good family-friendly fun. I say this jokingly, but you know there are kids in this community that are like, Mom, when can we go to Taco Bell and watch those guys on the crosses again? As you sit there, you're listening to these men fake scream, and they're listening to you crunch into your Crunchwrap Supreme, and you just gotta think to yourself, what a country, what a life, what a fast food journey we've been on. And we really are living moss. If you're still watching this video, I love you more than Jackie loves Taco Bell, and that's a little bit concerning, to be honest with you. If you could subscribe, like the video, and comment on it. I am taking comments very seriously, so if you have any feedback for me, I will happily hear it. I hope you can get out there and live moss this week. Thanks.